What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and a judge has now set the first court date in the civil lawsuit filed against Brian Laundrie's parents. As we all already know, Gabby Petito's parents filed a lawsuit against Brian Laundrie's parents, and it looks like the ball is already rolling, and we now have our first court date. Now, I'll give you a little more of my thoughts about all of this in a moment, but for now, let's go ahead and dive into the details. A Florida judge has set a court date in the lawsuit filed by the parents of Gabby Petito, accusing the Laundrie family of knowing their son murdered 22-year-old Petito, claiming they sought to help him leave the country. According to court documents, Judge Hunter W. Carroll scheduled a mandatory case management conference in Sarasota County Court for June 30th at 1:30 p.m. It is yet to be determined whether both sides will be expected to appear in person at the courthouse or virtually through Zoom. As with civil case protocol, Carroll is requiring the two parties to meet and confer on the complaint filed by the Petito's parents, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, before they meet in court. And let me just pause right there because I like the sound of that. Do you not like the sound of that? That both parties have to meet and confer, which means the Laundries will have to be face to face with the Petitos. And I know the Laundries have been cold-hearted up until this point, but when they really have to face the parents of Gabby Petito, the parents who were going to be part of their family, let's not forget that Brian Laundrie was engaged to marry Gabby Petito. These parents weren't strangers of each other. They knew each other. They had interacted. And now, after ignoring them, after treating them like straight crap, after hiding all of these details about their daughter, who their son murdered, the Laundries will have to face them. And I hope we get to see that moment. I hope we get to see that moment. Regardless, even if somehow, some way, the Laundries managed not to say much in this court case, I want to see the looks on their faces. I want to see their reactions. But back to the article. Petito and Schmidt are suing Chris and Roberta Laundrie, Brian's parents, alleging they were told by their son of Petito's murder on or about August 28th. So we all already know why they're suing the parents. I've got countless videos on my channel, giving you all of those details. But up until this point, Bertolino has been out in the news, in the media saying that, oh, we haven't even been served the papers yet. We haven't been served the lawsuit. Well, now it has been confirmed that the Laundries were served. The Laundries got served earlier this week. So that was confirmed by Bertolino, and it was confirmed by the lawyers for Gabby Petito's parents. So I am happy about this. I'm happy to see that the ball is rolling. What was that? What was that date? Let me go back and look. June 30th. June 30th. So we're still a ways out. I'm sure by, between now and then, there will be more details leaking out about this case. You already know. But once this ultimately happens, regardless of how long it takes, we're eventually going to get a lot of details from this. It's important to note that the lawsuit has a bunch of new allegations in it, but there's not, necessarily evidence within the lawsuit that would suggest that any of these allegations are true. Now, I believe that all of these allegations are true. And I believe that the Petitos have a little more evidence than what we know of to back up these allegations. That's why they went ahead and filed this lawsuit. And I also believe that, I know there's been a lot of, there's a lot of speculation around this case and what may happen. But there is a strong possibility that the Laundries will have to hand over their cell phones And that will provide a lot more evidence that might back up the Petito's family's claims as well. And I have a short video out on my channel about that as well. So if you want more details about all of this, go on my channel. I have several videos laying out all of the details. I go over them extensively. I give my thoughts about them as well. But for now, we do have an official court date. I'm excited. I know it's a ways out, but I'm just happy it's actually happening. Like, we have a stamp on it now. We have an official stamp, official date, June 30th. Everybody mark it on your calendar. June 30th is the day that we might get to see, or we will get to see, the Laundries in court. Will it be virtually, or will it be, in person? I'm not sure. I would hope it's in person. Let's be honest. This is Florida. No one in Florida gives a damn about COVID and all that extra shit anyway. Send the Laundries to court. Don't let them try to use that as a damn excuse, because no one's buying it. Everyone else is going to court. Half the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Now, if this was California or New York and they're like, oh, this has to be virtual, I would understand, because the amount of virtue signaling they have to do in those states. But in Florida, man, these people need to show up in person, okay? I want them to show up in person. I don't want them to it just seems like they're getting away with everything. At least put the pressure on them. Don't let them have the comfort of streaming, directly from their home, so they don't even have to leave their house. Make them leave their house. Have the news outlets follow them. Make them appear in court, because that's what they deserve. They're not getting any time behind bars. At least put some pressure on them through this lawsuit, because, it's the only punishment they're going to get for covering up Gabby's death and trying to hide their son. But I want to know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and as always, find some time out of your day to go watch a movie.